Content creator Uge Elo Kenneth, who used his TikTok account to highlight the deplorable state of Shell Road in Sapele, Delta State, liking the road to a swimming pool due to frequent flooding, was arrested over the weekend by security operatives.
With the way things are going in this country, I'm afraid that if care is not taken, very soon, the citizens will no longer be willing, or should I say have the liver, to point out, protest, or even blow a whistle against some irregularities that is going on in this country, whether at the state level or federal level. And I'll prove it to you. Now, recently, a content creator from Delta State made a video about an abandoned Shell Road in the state. And because of how bad and dilapidated this road is, it's always very floody during the raining season. In fact, the guy even likened it to a swimming pool to show people how bad it is. He even take his bath while calling out to the state government to do something about the road. But to my greatest surprise, news carried it that instead of the government to do something about the road, the guy was arrested by some security personnel. What a news. In fact, look at the video first and we'll continue.
You know, say, Sheriff and the local government chairman, they're not going to do road for us. So the swimming pool, what they do for us, I want to really appreciate them for this swimming pool, what they do for us. We want bath. Give me soap. Sheriff, you should try.
Confirm, I think this was supposed to be an avenue to allow the leaders concerning some loopholes in their leadership, or should I say their government. And because I know that they might not be able to see everything that is happening in the state, this should be another avenue to open their eyes on the things that are going on which they are not aware of. And I've seen some other content creators make such a video, but instead of this particular state to come out and do the needful or even debunk it by using the words of Dr. Abati in this video and say, oh, this is not a state road, that is a federal road, and because of that they cannot use the finance of the state to work on federal roads because the federal government might not be able to reimburse them, or say that this is a state road or do something about it, they went forward to arrest the guy. In fact, look at the words of Dr. Abati and Rufai Oseni of Arise News, how they are analyzing the matter. But as you are listening to it, keep sharing and also subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying my content, and we'll continue from there. Let's go there.
Content creator Uge Elo Kenneth, who used his TikTok account to highlight the deplorable state of Shell Road in Sapele, Delta State, liking the road to a swimming pool due to frequent flooding, was arrested over the weekend by security operatives. Well, in the video, Kenneth directly called out the Delta State Governor, Sheriff Oboweri, and former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, saying both governors have failed the state. Let's take a look at that video.
You know, say, Sheriff and the local government chairman, they're not going to do road for us. So the swimming pool, what they do for us, I want to really appreciate them for this swimming pool, what they do for us. We want bath. Give me soap. Sheriff, you should try.
That was a vivid description. I mean, that is about the strongest form of protest that I have seen so far. I mean, this video went viral over the weekend that security operatives actually picked him up. I spoke with Kenneth this morning. He was on the way to the police station, which I don't even understand why. For what? What is actually going on in our country, Dr. Basi? He told me that, it was a PDP chieftain or PDP chairman that had called the operatives to arrest him. I'm going to follow up on this story, but this is unacceptable.
So is it a crime to have your bath? He wasn't naked, so they can't say indecent.
He wasn't indecent. But he's a content creator.
Yes, he's a content. And I was going to say that this is a very powerful form of activism.
Yes.
The people suffer enough, and after a while, when you push people to the wall, they will turn around and begin to complain. Rather than this would have been. I always talk about how you can spin a story rather than demonizing and using the force of the law against people who are just protesting and asking for a better life. Is to spin it. Say that we understand, because they didn't just call the current governor. He said Governor Okowa as well, so the previous administration as well. Is to say that, okay, we hear your story, it's funny, but this is what we're going to do. It's not funny, we will repair the roads. Absolutely. We will do something. Is it until all Nigerians begin to take, that's the power of social media. We will begin to report and say, see how bad the roads are. Remember during the Edo elections, they were pointing out roads that were dilapidated.
I mean, look at that.
That the PDP administration hadn't fixed.
Yes.
It's only a little while that people will begin to come out and actively advocate for themselves, and that's what he did. I hope that the governor will retrace his steps and actually not.
Well, we don't know if it is the governor at this point, but it is important for them or the state, the state house or whatever it is, to respond to this actual video, because there are accusations that it is the state government that called for his arrest. But he told me it was a PDP chief.
Is it not a shame on Delta State?
Yes, my state.
On our state.
Are you from Delta?
I was born in Delta.
Oh, you're born in
By
Delta,
extension, I'm from
my
Delta.
state. Yeah.
I was born in Warri. It's not a shame on our state that this is the same state they fought for resource control for.
Yeah.
To be able to have more resources.
I mean, what is our IG? Do you know that we have the highest?
And
Do
you
know
see
that?
what we collect from the government.
Delta State.
And this is an oil-producing state. This is the only state that...
I mean, FAC allocation.
This is the only state
allocation
that, correct me if I'm wrong, has 2 airports. The first one was built in Warri by Shell and a couple of other oil companies. This was the hub of productivity of the oil sector. Then you have another one in Asaba. You have a lot of development. In Delta State, in Warri and environs back in the days, it was a beehive of activity. But what's the essence of the gift of crude oil that we're giving if it can't benefit the people, and you have streets like this with puddle of water? And he says, and he talks about it, he brings out their shame instead of them to quickly fix the road. I expected them to have gotten people there to start fixing the road today and take pictures of that. That would have been a better response. Then the next thing, you send police to arrest him.
Yes, we have highlighted this story. Nothing must happen to Kenneth, because we have to take
I agree with you absolutely, Ojinika, that the state government has a responsibility to come forward and explain the circumstances of this, to the extent that who is responsible for the attempt to silence the Kenneth guy.
Yes.
Because he is entitled under the Constitution of Nigeria to freedom of expression.
Absolutely.
And he has tried to draw attention to a major omission by government in terms of service to the people. The job of government is to serve the people, not to create craters or swimming pools on the roads of Nigeria, whether in Delta State or anywhere. However, to play the devil's advocate, what state governments usually do in this case is to come forward and say, well, that share road referred to in Sapele, they could come around and say it's a federal government road. They could come around and say it's a local government road, and that the state government cannot go and repair roads for the federal government because they may not be reimbursed. We've had issues like that in the past. However, the state government itself exists to serve the interest of the people.
Point. I always
the
feel
argument
like those are
about
just
this road doesn't belong to us, this road doesn't belong to us, is not an argument that the ordinary people of Nigeria can relate to.
No.
We just want to travel on good roads, whether it's federal or it is state. Let the various arms of government sort out their matter.
Absolutely.
Let the government of the state repair a federal road and say it's taxpayers' money working, as long as the road is in order. So Governor Obelewori, the people of Delta State are, well, whatever the pronunciation, are asking you to act and to speak.
Yes, that's it.
On this matter.
Well, all right.
Kenneth should not be victimized.
Absolutely.
For acting as a responsible citizen.
We stand with Kenneth.
You get the point. Now, this is one of the reasons why I say that if care is not taken, very soon, the citizens will no longer be willing to come out and point out some irregularities. And it did not stop there. Remember what happened during the End Bad Governance protest that happened, which some people were arrested and taken to court. Before you know what is happening, they were charged for treason, for protesting against hunger. And it did not stop there. Remember the issues that has been going on around Nnamdi Kanu, Omoyele Sowore, David Hundeyin, Freedom, and even Very Dark Man for exposing things that are not right. It did not even stop there. Remember the recent Fearless in October protesters that protested in Abuja. Before you know what is happening, 2 seconds, tear gas was flying here and there. And if you look at all these things put together, you know that something is not right somewhere. But I bring these questions to you. What do you think that the government should do or individuals should do so that a proper avenue should be created for citizens to be able to hold government accountable for their leadership in the state or in the federal level? Share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this, we move.